All right. Welcome to another episode of Wisconsin Drunken History. Just kidding.
It's your weekly dose of the dairy state.
This is your weekly dose of the dairy state. This might be the forever dose of the dairy state at this point. Russ and I wanted to make something a little more, personal than releasing just, like a snapshot or a fucking meme or something like that. In order to kind of address just where things are at this point. It is December 8th, and we haven't released anything really new since November something, I think.
It's been a bit, that's for sure. Mostly just life stuff has come up for both of us. Sturgeon's with the band, rocking.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of things come up. I'm a full-time dad. Got a lot of stuff. I'm traveling a lot with work. So just a lot of things have taken over my life right now. And with, the writing and everything and the time it takes to produce the episodes, finding interviews and all that. And we really appreciate all of you. And that's kind of what we wanted to say. We wanted it to be something heartfelt, and it's not like it's the end completely.
Right. And, just to kind of piggyback on what Russ said too about just like personal life stuff. I've been away from work for the last, several weeks, dealing with medical stuff with my mom, and that really hasn't changed. I mean, it's kind of still a full-time kind of thing at this point, and dealing with that with, my sister, just to kind of explain the fact that, when a loved one or someone close to you has something serious like this happen, decisions have to be made, and the patient might not always be in sound mind in order to make those decisions. So that's really where my sister and I and my stepdad have kind of all had to really play together and work together in order to figure out, what's best for her, what would she want, and it's just been really crazy the last couple months, I would say, and honestly for you,
really crazy.
The last couple years in terms of the accident stuff that still continues to linger, and I guess really the idea was when the podcast started, we were forced into lockdown. We were told that we couldn't do social events. Russ and I chose to include one another in the close circle that we would hang out with. And one of the best ways that we could see to use our time was for a project. I mean, we've always kind of done that.
Yeah, we've always produced some kind of media of some sort as like a side thing. Always.
So it just felt right at that time to create this thing, have an excuse to get together and see each other a couple times a month, put out a cool podcast, draw people's attention to local breweries and local music. Because at that time, bands weren't playing shows. They couldn't. All the local venues were shut down. So bringing attention to them, at least from our perspective, was really important, just so that people would go out and support their YouTube channels or buy their content on iTunes or wherever the hell people buy music now, So like Russ said too, I don't know that this is forever, that we're gonna stop, and I guess we should probably just go out and say it too. We're not going to create new Wisconsin Drunken History content. So this is kind of the farewell, if you will, to kind of an era, and like I was just saying, I don't know that it's done for good.
No, not at all. And
there may be a time when we want to do something as a special event, or even just, maybe in like a few months we say, let's revive and let's start doing a couple episodes. But at this point in time, I think both Russ and I just mutually said it's a little too tough. And we almost feel like we're doing you a disservice by not creating weekly content and being there. And it sort of sucks, I know, from both of us to have to, message each other and say, I can't get together this week, or, just, I guess we're not going to have an episode this week. It just, it eats at both of us, where we would much rather be straightforward and honest and say we're probably not going to really be able to create a lot of content within the next few months, maybe even the next year or so. And it just feels more genuine to say, we're gonna take a pretty long, indefinite hiatus here, and we'll see where things land at a certain point.
Yeah, and if you guys ever want to come out, I'm still working on my comedy career, so you guys can stop out one of the open mics and still hear some shit that comes out of my mouth, some dumb shit.
Absolutely, yeah. He brings all of his same ridiculous microphone antics to the stage and to a more limited crowd, where you have to physically be there in person. But it's absolutely something that you can go and do. Support Russ in that, and I'll still be playing, shitty cover tunes on
I don't think they're
Saturday
shitty,
night.
dude, but
We're playing the better music that was released, but we're doing it in a way that maybe doesn't sound exactly like the record. Not a very good drummer. The rest of the guys in the band are
You're selling yourself short, though. You're a good drummer now.
Yeah.
Like, you've definitely got your skills up, dude. I heard those
Try.
drum beats, bro.
I try.
Those are tight. But no, we're definitely still looking forward to it. We just kind of wanted to give a good farewell, and as always, watch out for deer on your way home.
Yeah.
We definitely love you guys, and we appreciate all the support over the years, and we love that we got to support some of our bands and go do some great events. And
Yeah, we had a lot of really cool stuff.
It was a
happen.
lot of fun.
I mean, over the course of these, what has it been, like 3 years? It was like May of 2020 or something like that. So, been a little over 3 years. Over that course, going from a shitty startup podcast in a basement to most recently announcing and hosting the Milwaukee River Boat Parade.
That was
was
wild.
fucking nuts.
I mean, and I've been in some big crowds. That was like,
yeah,
my wiener was shrinking in.
I would definitely say that's probably the largest
I was
crowd
nervous
I've
as shit.
done anything live in front of.
Oh yeah,
I mean that was big.
It was huge,
So.
like thousands of people. I was like,
My
mind was blown.
It's definitely afforded us a lot of really great opportunities, a lot of awesome memories, and then nothing short of the 4,000 or 5,000 people a month that would listen to any number of episodes that we had available. That was, I think, one of the biggest things that surprised us. We were shocked,
I mean, we started, I think, in the podcast, I think we were getting like maybe 10 listens from like family members.
The first definitely, maybe 20 or 30 episodes started out, smaller.
We didn't quite have our format down. It was kind of like a little rough around the edges.
Getting our feet underneath us.
It like slowly got refined, and then we just it just was crazy. And we never advertised really.
Yeah.
Ever.
We didn't really... there was a small amount of budget at one point where we were trying to advertise through Facebook or I almost said MySpace. And we never advertised on MySpace. But yeah, like through Facebook and Instagram, you could do something to boost your posts, and you could pay like $20 over the course of a week, and they would put your content out there a little bit more. We did that a couple times, and we definitely saw it have some impact positively, but at the same time, we really did just kind of let word of mouth carry this thing. And I think you and I are both extremely shocked as to how large it eventually got.
It was like top 5 podcasts in the world.
Yeah.
Top 5%. It was like, wow.
And I
never thought something that I create would ever take off.
Right. Especially not something like, that where, and I think we had sort of hinted at this a few times, but like early on, when we started to get the opportunity to work with people like Rock the Green and that was fun because we got to be our authentic selves. We were drinking and getting pretty messed up, if you will, on a Sunday, having conversations with people that I don't think we should have ever been having conversations with.
I mean, like just some of like the famous Wisconsin people we had on the show.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I was blasted when I was talking to them.
Exactly. And that's what I think was really cool, that we got to be our genuine and authentic selves during that period of time, rather. And I absolutely look forward to whatever we decide in the future.
Yeah, there will definitely be some kind of project, I'm sure, at some point, or even just music again.
I was just going to say, my heart says, jam sessions and write and just mess around with instruments for a while and see what happens and try not to make it, too structured. I don't think either one of us really care for too much structure.
That was another thing with the podcast. So another reason, I mean, the Patreon, and like we never wanted really the business side of things, I guess, where you have to produce or perform for somebody to get the money. And money was not, I hate money, dude. Anytime money gets involved, even when it comes to music, I always hate
greed,
it.
And it's always,
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. It's like,
I wonder if this is going to show up. I don't know if there's a random like thought bubble that comes up with a thumbs up on it. Like, I'm sorry for that. I'm not controlling that. It's happened. I know early on in the video it happened like at the 2-minute mark, and I was given a stupid look, and Russ was saying something, genuine, and I feel bad because there was that moment where I was looking like a complete fool, but it was because there was a thought bubble thing up there. If it doesn't show up, even better. But like I said, I think at this point in time, we want to try to focus more in on our personal lives, give our whole selves and whole attention to those circumstances and things that we really need to. And we're gonna set this thing aside for now. And in the future, there could be more content or a different type of content. We don't know yet. And we're certainly not going to try to sit here and lie to you and say we're going to take a couple months off and then we're going to return to episodes. And I will say that, the last time that Russ and I tried to get together, I think it was like November 16th or something like that, we truly did genuinely have episodes ready to go. We started recording what would have been episode 167, I believe, on Aztalan. And we had technical difficulties where essentially our voices just ended up sounding like fucking robots.
C3POs.
It
was freaking bad.
R2 fucking 32.
It was pretty heartbreaking.
It was awful.
It was pretty heartbreaking.
We both listened back after, we recorded the first little 30-minute segment, and we started listening back as we do, doing our, small amount of QA, or quality assurance, QA. And when that came through the headset, I think we were both like, I don't know, man. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is it.
Maybe this is the point. But we really one thing we felt bad about is the Millbillies released a new album.
Yeah.
And we had the song on there to announce the new album release, which was like that's what kind of broke my heart more than anything. Because I wanted to give them that 4,000 viewer exposure to be like, hey, you guys can.
And I was just going to say too, we've had the album from the Millbillies for like the last probably 2 months, and it finally was just released, I believe, this week.
Yep. I believe so.
So Matt, again, thank you. We can't say enough great things about your band and the support over the 3.5 years, whatever it's been, almost 4 years. But we'll see. That's how I guess where I think we should leave it. We'll see. And at this point, I tried to block. Patreon is an awful website, an awful experience, a user side, content creator side, I should say. It's very difficult to try to figure out how to even cancel the thing. I'm going to monitor it. If any payments come through, I will refund everything that comes through. But I think I have it stopped at this point, where it's blocked and it shouldn't draw any money out of anybody's accounts or anything. So, but we obviously wish everybody a happy holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, forward. Everyone. My favorite holiday, like the best time of the year, man.
I like Thanksgiving better, but Christmas is a close second, and of course New Year's is always great. Cool to see. Generally you get together with a lot of really cool friends, and you just listen to music all night and you just bring it in.
And we're actually recording live at the farm. The Christmas decorations are up at the farm right now.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually in Beloit this time. And we'll see. We'll see what the future holds, and we'll try to stay in touch. I don't think I'm going to cancel any of the Instagram pages or anything like that. We might, throw up, historical posts or something and say, hey, go back and listen to episode whatever. Like, let's say it's Chris Farley's birthday, which I believe it's coming up, December something. Or was that the day he died? December something is either his birthday or the day he died. But I will tell you this. On that day, we might post, go back and listen to the Christopher Crosby Farley episode and things like that. We're,
Yeah,
you know,
and know that music will always be. I mean, we're leaving the SoundCloud. You can go back and
I was
listen
just
to
gonna say.
165 backlogged episodes. If you want.
166.
166 episodes.
Yeah, we left off with the tragedy of sitting on the dock of the bay, Otis Redding.
Mm-hmm.
So 166 is where it ended up. At least for the time being,
Yeah,
and we'll
sure.
see if we ever get to that
Yeah.
Aztalan episode.
And maybe like things will kind of turn around. We just got a lot going on right now, so you just never know. It might maybe come back. You might see a reappearance.
Yep.
But we just wanted to tell you guys that thank you for everything, and we really love all you guys, everyone who supported us along the way, and that's it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.